Yep. That's exactly how it is, what HUSKSUPPE is saying. I'll be loving to stream all you guys, but I'm not definitely gonna be able to do recorded games today, but maybe we could be doing like session tomorrow if there's no Nations Cup. To have your games covered, I don't know, maybe. Just like kind of random idea. But on the other hand, nobody's interested on recorded games on my channel, so that's not gonna be anybody watching, so I don't know if it's gonna be even worthwhile. People are not interested in my channel in that way, but nonetheless, let's therefore have a look into the next round. That's gonna be round 2 of Shelty's Strongest 1v1 tournament, one day on Woobly, and it's going to be at this point HUSKSUPPE versus Grassengroom. Right now playing up, and we are going to be therefore having Marsh, which is gonna be quite a bit welcome for Grassengroom with Loki, and on the other hand, it's gonna be Odin actually for HUSKSUPPE. But it's a solid matchup. Better for Loki, but Odin, we have seen kind of some different approaches to this. Somebody is gonna be trying to go for basically spam of Ulfsaks to overwhelm the opponent. Otherwise, you can just be going for the standard cavalry and try to outrate and survive, which I think is actually a bit more open in there. So if somebody further wants to be helping with streaming some of the games, feel free to jump into them. There are still plenty of them currently, and it's gonna be of course high, kind of like turnover, considering the best of ones and everything. But whoa. Considering HUSKSUPPE wasn't really careful with the village in here. Maybe just a bit too much Age of Empires 4 for him. It was definitely correct Grassengroom to try to snipe him. No, I'm thinking that's a good opportunity. He's gonna be leaving a bit further away. He's also right now, HUSKSUPPE, gonna have to be careful not to be maybe having him as a front villager against the next hippo. Where are we? 150. This is something to look at a bit later. In about half a minute. Oh, okay. Yes, please. Boots of Kick everything. Pandora's Box as the Myth unit training time. That's kind of inconsequential. The decrease is not really anything too relevant in there. Would be better for normal units, but for the Myth, you just not getting that many of them for that to matter. Okay, so we are gonna be almost done. Should be this. Ooh. Depends who actually hit first. Seems like somebody to the bottom. Yeah. He was well aware there's a potential threat to it, but luckily he wasn't the one to hit first with the arrow. And of course is the one that's gonna be getting aggroed by the animal. But this is still something he's gonna be having at this point to look at all the time. So I'll be liking if he switched with the Woody. Just gonna like make the switch. Yeah, definitely. Absolutely make the switch. Nice to see that he's gonna be reacting to it, which is also gonna be at this point a bit stupid for the spy. He's therefore not gonna be seeing exactly Grassengroom very smooth in. Wow, Cavalry Chariot Archer hit points. It's very nice. In case HUSKSUPPE wanting to be going actually for the horses, but currently you can see, HUSKSUPPE is gonna be wanting to have fun in the tournament. Nice to see. Nice to see here, for sure. Force Hure, Freya on the others. Oh, come on. And here I was hoping for some good Heimdall play. But that was also 10 seconds lost, unfortunately. And he changed his mind. Can say it about now 327, that's still somewhat okay, 427. Could have imagined faster for Loki slightly. But okay. Otherwise the next gold mine is gonna be quite a bit open, at least as far as we so far see. So there's gonna be one somewhere to the top, most probably for right now HUSKSUPPE. There we go. There we go, and that also right now reminds me, when we are looking at soup, that I have also, of course, also a few weeks ago uploaded a game on my YouTube that I was streaming for the 20 years anniversary half year ago, and that was a bit of an older school game from 2007, I think, of Soup. Yeah, he is an old schooler. Soup versus Phil, KRT Phil. Maybe somebody recognizes the name. He used to be quite a top level actually Norse player. I think especially a Loki player at that point. So if you are interested in some older gameplay of Suppe and overall how the Norse used to be played a bit in the past, then yeah, we can definitely have a look on that. It was a fairly cool game. You can also find the recorded game on RTS-Sanctuary, of course, as well is always the case. But the relic by Gunnar Bordhild, that's gonna be brought home, is the one for the movement speed for the Lokinho. So it's very nice. You can see 504 is gonna be there for having like 6 speed almost. Hersirs, which is gonna be rather excellent, and quite a bit of a biscuit tamer here. Quite a bit of a problem for Suppe to therefore take properly care of, as he does have therefore 2 longhouses. So far nothing clicked in. There's the throw-in Axeman. There is the throw-in Axemanos. Economy of course the same. Nothing really too complicated so far for the players, as the gold mines, no, also a bit challenging for the Loki. Nobody's having too much of a safe one. There's gonna be really a fight to be had for both sides about that. You can see still the hunt is gonna be looking alright, but the starting one doesn't really seem too terrible currently for Grassengroom. For Grassengroomos. And looking at the pop limit, 49.48. We're still gonna keep in kinda close, but we should be seeing an increase for HUSKSUPPE, because of course the throw-in Axemen are gonna be quite a bit faster than for the opponent. And a Hayvim, or the Hayvim rather. Welcome to the streams, you know, Sebi and whoever else is maybe right now having some time for early day Age of Mythology right now coming up, as you do have already actually fairly quick army here. I was going to say maybe even medium throwing Axemen, but nope, it's a bit too early for that one. As soon we're gonna be having the Formula 1 Hersirs in play. 56-63, yeah, that's gonna be right now the difference coming up. And 6.14. Now that is a pretty sweet speed for the Hersirs, because that is of course quite a bit faster than, for example, the Valkyrie, faster than the Cavalry. Until he's gonna be having thundering hoofs, but nonetheless, yep, that's gonna be quite a bit of a toughie. This one is not consequential, but of course the other relics would have been kinda cool, as you do have at this point practically almost everything scouted, at least from both sides, so we really have almost the full map right about now explored. It's not entirely too hard if you do have the Odin's Ravens in the game as well, on top of everything, as, oh no, come on, he's gonna be having to leave him behind. Because he's gonna be just gonna slowing them down. I mean, like, only 4 speed against 6.14. Disappointment. Even Valkyrie would have been, of course, slow here. But would have been at least slightly better. Slightly better indeed. But all the way to the left, that's gonna be just, of course, quite nice camping, both on the food and also on the gold. So this Raven is making plenty sense. The other one should be camped somewhere in the middle between those 2 gold mines, because that's gonna be potentially the moment where HUSKSUPPE is gonna be wanting to have the opportunity to raid once the gold is gonna be running out for the Loki. 25-26, 85 pop limit for Suppe. Unfortunately, it's gonna be housed right now temporarily. Temporarily right about now housed. No, and let's maybe have a look on some economical upgrades if we do have something. It's not gonna be anything because you do have a bit of an interim in the fights. But nope, we don't have anything new and special. So right now apparently taking the resources in your base, which at this point I think in 87 decent enough control Grassengroom that he could be even going outside for a bit and leaving them for like some kind of war situation. I kind of imagine. What is the relic? Wow, we actually do have Gaia's Book of Knowledge as well here. No, okay, that's one that he can be leaving in the enemy base, basically just like a bit of a troll. Doesn't need to be really getting at home at all, as he really do have interesting like mix of army. Curious to be having the cavalry without actually using it for raiding, to be honest. I was expecting he's gonna be utilizing it to just gonna really just get after enemy villages, because otherwise you might just as well get only throwing Axemen and it's gonna be better against the Hersirs. Yeah, that's the troll from a bit earlier. But the pop limit is gonna be there for up. Right now the switch to gold is evident. He obviously noticed the Raven, so he knows that this is going to be quite quickly attacked. Otherwise, Heroic Age from Odin is gonna be coming up pretty quickly. Whereas, well, Grassengroom is gonna be heading into fairly good fight, and he's getting an INAR. Now, that is a super plan right now, getting the mini flame weapons into the fight, exactly as it was needed. But he'll be needing another Tooth of the Horn again, and much more importantly, some reinforcements. So therefore, all the army coming into one fight. Fortunately, the INAR is gonna get murdered. That's something that would have been nice to actually have surviving. Pop limit reached for Grassengroom. No, and that's gonna be there for meaning he's gonna be soon getting closer to the Heroic Age as well. As currently though, it's gonna be looking at quite a bit of an idle time to find the new hunt. And I'm curious if he's gonna be heading to the right or left. I will probably preferring the left side, because while it's gonna be way too many villages on one spot, it's also gonna be a bit easier to defend therefore for him, instead of being split on two places. And while the Hersers are pretty quick still. Okay, he would be needing to get luck onto INAR and immediately Tooth in the Horn. But he's not getting any spawns currently because he's popped. He's not having the losses. Okay, there's the Valkyrie, that's not great. Control. Grassengroom, take her into the throwing axeman immediately. Oh, he misclicked into the board. No, nonetheless, the victory is gonna be itchy, but it definitely could have been a bit better. Another Valkyrie. Oh, this is actually starting to be a problem, the number of Valkyries here for HUSKSUPPE. No, and right before the possible Heroic Age, he's losing the whole army, and the GG is gonna be having to be called. And in the end, that is going to be, at this point, the whole part. And ready price is €100 for the winner by Shelty. 100 euros, not dollarinos, but euros. But nonetheless, it was a fun game. 11 minutes, but full of intense action. No, and it looks like to me that we are. Therefore, the winner of this match is gonna be already in a best of 3 and playing against Momo. As it looks like it on the other side, it's going to be there for Nino. Currently playing against Shelty in the best of 3 there. Otherwise, Shadowfax versus AC in the losers bracket with Quoth and here OP also playing against each otherino. So let's have a look into the post game, and then we'll see what's gonna be coming up next for us. Nino and Shelty, that's already been played. Nino is streaming POV of that. Here OP Quoth is streamed by Rappel, and Shadowfax versus AC the Great, that's without stream unfortunately. Currently I'm looking what to stream next, because theoretically Momo is streaming his POV when it comes to it. So even though currently I think his stream is off. So I'm trying to figure out how to increase the coverage in general. But let's therefore, I guess, have a look into the post game. HUSKSUPPE is surprised that it was BO1, but he's still having the losers bracket. Waiting for whom? Waiting for the winner of Shadowfax AC the Great. Okay, so this is gonna be quite a bit evident. 609 without 6, so like 300 resources more for Suppe. Even through the lower civilians in there. Yeah, the Odin is gonna be having a bit more hunt in there, readily available at the start. But of course, that battle, that already was quite a bit telling in there. Can see even the silly civilians right about now slightly reduced, but GG. Okay, let's therefore right now figure out what we're gonna be doing next. Yeah, HUSKSUPPE right now saying that he should have vetoed. Oh yeah, he probably could have. It was a really great map for Loki, to be honest. Okay, right now just showcasing that. Okay, so what are you gonna be doing next?